Hi there, I'm Texas, and I thank you so much for tuning in to the weekly TimeOut for a Radical Difference. This week, this month has been just hell, honestly. Hell on earth. It's just so many things going on. And I'm the kind of person who doesn't allow myself to be affected by people I'm counseling, people I'm helping, how many problems there are in the world, because otherwise you'd be just overwhelmed all the time, because it's the truth. And there's nothing I can do about any of that. So the time that I get really, really affected is when things start happening in my family. Because my family is just near and dear to my heart, and it's just painful. It's painful for anyone, I would like to think. I guess not anyone, because some people don't stay connected to their families, and some of those things are for good reasons. At any rate, I am connected to my family, and there has been, in the last month, 4 ridiculously major crisis in my family. Of course, some is a little more distant family, but it's just, and I won't share with you other people's problems, because that's not what I get on here for. But for the first time, I was on drugs for 28 years. I wouldn't say crack was my favorite drug or my drug of choice. I started using crack in the 80s, and so that's when it was the most popular and the easily accessible. I would probably say I've done more of that as for an extended period of time than anything else. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, for the first time in 10 years, 11 years, actually, it's August. And August 16th, I will have been clean for 11 years. Wow. I can't wait till I've been clean longer than I was screwed up, because I was messed up for a long time. Anyway, it's the first time in 11 years that I thought, I wish I could get high. Of course, immediately my brain went, no, you don't, because smoking crack sucks. But the only thing, doing cocaine of any kind sucks. But the reason I think that it called to me like that was because when you're smoking crack, you are not capable of thinking of anything but smoking crack. That's it. And that's why it's so highly addictive, and people just do anything and everything to get more. Because once you're on the grind, boy, you're on it. And so I just thought, I don't want to think about, when I heard the last thing, I was like, what? I mean, these are things that are flabbergasting to me. I mean, things that I just would have never imagined, could not have conceived. Horrible, just terrible stuff that's happening. And it's happening all over the world in everybody's family. So I don't know what made me think that I could skip out on it, because that ain't really the way it works. But I was just very taken back by the fact that I felt like getting high. And my mind, throughout the night started thinking, I could go here, or I could do that, or maybe and then all of a sudden, in the middle of that, I went, hell no, I'm not doing that. Why are you even coming with that? Every single thing the enemy has ever told me to do or suggested, and I did, has totally wrecked my life. And everything that I've worked for 11 years now would be totally demolished. Not if someone found out or if I went to jail, but how could I be telling people? I will not be telling people that God is greater and more powerful, that He has restored my life, that things are different for me. If I'm off smoking crack somewhere, even if it's only once in 28 years, it's not okay. And I could not continue to speak with the conviction I speak. I'm 20 chapters into my new book. By the time this video actually airs, I probably will only have a few chapters left to do. But the point of the matter is, how can you write with conviction? How can you tell people there's freedom? Everything that you've worked for and everything that you said, do this and do this and do this and watch God do that, it would just be worthless. And I refuse. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, I refuse to be sidetracked by anything that's happening in my own life, in my family's life, in other people's lives, in the world's life. And more than all of that, I'll tell you what, I will not dishonor the name of God in that way. I spent 28 years not listening to God and running from the voice of truth when I knew it was there and I knew it would free me if I would listen to it. And I did not listen to it. And now that I'm free, and I am free because my brain said that. Let me tell you, a lot of people that use drugs have years and years and years of struggling and fighting with it. This is the first time that I would say I considered or even thought of using that drug. And that's amazing because that drug is highly addictive and it calls to you a lot. And so I'm thrilled. First of all, I'm thrilled I didn't get high, which I'm not going to get high. But I'm thrilled that the voice of truth is so real to me and so relevant to me that as soon as I heard God say, "Oh no, Texas, don't do that," I went, "You're right. That ain't a good idea." You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not a good idea. Nothing about it would have turned out well. And my God is so good and so gracious. And I know that what's happening now is going to give me the passion and the fire and the fury to do what needs to be done to finish this book. No, this isn't happening so that I can finish the book. This is happening because people are making bad choices, but that's their business. And I always have to say, what is God doing or showing me that needs to be changed in this situation? What can I do differently? And you know what I can do differently? Cling to what Jesus is doing in my life and be an example of who He is and what freedom really looks like. So, crack called to me and I said no. I love you guys. Thanks for listening. It's important that we have a reason to wake up every day. It's amazing. I've experienced it and so can you. Take your feelings to Him. He's good. You can do it. It'll make a difference.